I've waited for my husband for so many years, and I'm just getting mad, and I'm about to turn 40. There's a lot of
What's the deal? It's your boy Trey's D.
I know it's all you've got to just be.
We're gonna have a fun show. Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Keep it together.
Together.
I know you think that you are too
blood
far.
work came back normal, hormone levels are normal. So we're gonna proceed
Hope is never
with
lost.
We're gonna proceed.
the process of
Hope is never
building
lost.
these eggs.
Hold on. Don't
Double injection.
Trey High Def.
I really want a family. I've
What's the
waited for my
deal?
husband for so
How are you
many
doing,
years,
ladies and gentlemen?
and I'm
It's your
just
boy
getting
Trey
mad,
HD.
and I'm about to turn 40.
I'm live finally.
Right now.
Got my sound right,
I know it's all you've got to just
and I
be.
don't feel like I can be stopped, honestly. But I guess time will tell. So we got Lolo Jones acting a fool on social media,
I know you think that you are
and
Blood work came back normal,
I'm pretty sure she's hit the wall.
so
She's definitely expired,
Hope is never
with
lost.
making a fool out of herself.
process of
Hope is never
building
lost.
these eggs.
Let's take a gander.
Hold
One more
on.
again.
Don't
I really want a family. I've waited for my husband for so many years, and I'm just getting mad, and I'm about to turn 40. There's a lot of stress on me right now.
I know it's all you've got to just be strong.
Bro, I know I'm going to hell.
Try just to keep it together. I know you think that you are too far.
Blood work came back normal, hormone levels are normal. So we're gonna proceed
Hope is never
with
lost.
the process of
Hope is never
building
lost.
these eggs.
This is she's wild.
I actually have another injection.
He's wild for this.
Don't let go.
Lolo, you've lost your goddamn mind. This is where we're at. I mean, I know you're 40, but this is where you're at today. Girl, come here. You need a hug. But it's not gonna be okay because of videos like I'm about to show you. And once again, let me show you guys this.
I really want a family.
All right, so
I've
let's get to the
waited for my
juicy
husband
stuff.
for so many years, and I'm just getting mad, and I'm about to
So,
turn 40.
Lolo
There's
Jones
a lot of stress on me
is
right
a
now.
devout Christian who pretty much uses Christianity as her shield and pretty much any excuse to pretty much
And it's a fight just to
do
keep
anything
it
in life,
together.
whether that's track and field, who's a man,
I know you think that you are too far.
but she has unrealistic expectations of what she wants in a man.
So we're gonna proceed
Hope is never
with
If you look at
the process
Hope
of
is
modern
never
women
lost.
today, I would say a vast majority of them, when things don't work out, they jump right back to Christianity. I'm not saying that's her case, but I'm seeing a lot of similarities between the speech patterns and obviously her traumas, because she doesn't come from a really good background. Looks can be deceiving. I know she's mulatto, and shout out to Mulatto the rapper. I don't really listen to her shit, but
hung out with him twice, so
I think I heard one of her songs involuntarily. But let's get into this video. Shout out to the mulattoes.
I hope that on my wedding day, and he knows the cost, he knows how much pain it was for me to wait even more for the fact that I sacrificed for him. And I was reading this quote by Max Lucado, and it says, you value something especially the more you wait for it. So you think about the things you're willing to wait for to achieve in life, whether it's an Olympic gold medal. If you're willing to wait every 4 years for an Olympic gold medal, you're putting a lot of value on that. So imagine.
Don't she look like she's having anxiety? Like, while she's about to have a heart attack. Maybe it's because of all the people that's watching her, but it definitely looks like she's about to have a heart attack or some kind of anxiety attack.
Me, when I meet my husband, you know, hopefully he sees that, like,
when I meet my husband
before I met him, to be able to refrain. So really
what the fuck?
A lot of the people who are single,
oh my god,
who are frustrated,
sorry to use the Lord's name in vain,
press on, not be discouraged, and try to find hope and faith in the daily, because I know that it gets hard out there and you get frustrated. So I guess I'll ask you a few questions before I leave. What do I look forward to most this year? I think basically the main thing I'm looking forward to this year is just answers, because I have been in
you ain't gonna get them,
praying to God for him to just open doors or close them. I don't care if he closes the door, I just need answers. I feel like I've been praying for track and field, and there was one year I walked away from track and field. I was like, you know what, God, I don't think you want me to run anymore. And so I called up my agent and I said, okay, I'm done. And my agent, she's
dangerous. She's one of those girls who'll use God. Like I said, they'll use the cross, God, for any excuse, whether it's negative or positive. She has no either way, she has no accountability. You see what I'm saying? Like, these people are dangerous regardless, their liabilities. That's most likely why she's single in her 40s. No offense, Lolo, but you need to get your shit together ASAP. Well, it's too late, but should have got that shit together yesterday. Baby girl.
Called up every TV network, like ESPN had offered me a job in the past, NBC, and he called up all those people, and one by one they were all like,
she's good at patting herself on the back.
No longer have that job. We love Lolo, but the job is no longer available.
We love Lolo.
What? Like, you guys just wanted me to work for you, and now
she gives herself underhand compliments.
Gone. And then
there's a lot of insecurity issues.
God opened up a sponsorship, and I was able to continue to be an athlete. So I was like, okay, so God wants me to be an athlete. Well,
she can't tell if she want to struggle or succeed. If she want to tell us,
great. So I was like,
listen, Lolo can't tell if she wants to tell a struggle story or a success story. You can tell she's having that constant back and forth. That shit is sad. It's like somebody, either her PR told her, like, listen, you either got to succeed or fail in whatever story you broadcast, and that's how you make it. And that's forever gonna be her central theme, her focal point is gonna be some success story or some triumphant story. And it's like, god damn, can we just have a normal conversation? Dudes just want normalcy, Lolo, and you are over the top. You're extra. You're extra. Read all about it. You are too extra. Look at her facial expression. She hasn't cracked one smile either. That's another thing. She's not friendly. She's fit, but she definitely ain't friendly.
Okay, God, I'm a bit confused, because you close the doors on the TV, but then you open the doors for being an athlete, but then I get hurt and I'm dead last. Like, what do you want me to do here? So I think what I'm most looking forward to is whatever season God wants me in, just knowing with clarity that's where he wants me at. And I also am looking forward to like just a new season of not being single. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm so tired of going on these bad dates. I'm so tired of getting to know another guy after another guy and it's just not working out. I'm over it. Like I'm over the dating scene. So I can't predict the future.
But you keep
really
talking about it.
Moment where I'm with my husband and I can look just like this and we're just watching reality TV shows. Or
unfortunately, it's not gonna happen, Lolo.
So,
because you're wildin'.
My ultimate goal. I'm trying to see some of these other questions. This one I get a lot actually. Do I want my future husband to be a virgin? I don't like. I don't. He doesn't have to. Be, but he definitely has to be celibate or not practicing having sex.
She get the Jada Kiss laugh.
I mean, at this point in life, I'm not going to be dating a guy.
I fucked that up, but not for real.
Like, if he believes it's okay to have sex, have premarital sex, like that's just
premarital sex.
Because I have
premarital sex.
Don't believe. I believe that having premarital sex, there's tons of consequences.
Premarital sex.
People don't think there are consequences to premarital sex.
Girl,
there's actually consequences.
You're wildin'.
Just even cohabiting, living with someone before marriage, actually increases your chance of divorce by 50%.
Oh God!
Living with someone of the opposite sex. So can you imagine the emotional ties?
You know what else increases your chances of divorce? Getting married in your fucking 40s.
All that baggage into your relationship. So I just would like to a little bit and understand the consequences of that. And I know it's hard for a lot of people who are having sex, who believe that cohabiting.
Shorty, you sums up with you. She definitely giving head. She definitely giving top.
So if you remove the faith-based,
definitely giving fellatio.
Scientific studies that show that cohabiting actually does increase your chance of divorce. And
you got a strong jaw.
Detrimental impact to.
You got a strong jawline.
So I don't know, like even if you're not a faith-based person, probably just consider the consequences of living with someone before marriage. So
I know some of y'all would hit though.
Definitely don't want to be too preachy, but that's why I'm waiting. I'm waiting because my
no comment.
She never got married. She was with my dad for 20 years. They had basically what's a common law marriage. If you're with someone long enough, it's called a common law marriage.
And there it is. Her mother wasn't good enough to marry. Well, that's kind of fucked up. But that's why we're here for the roast session. Excellent. Here for the roast session. Her mother was not good enough to be married. I'm pretty sure the father has a dark past as well. Maybe he was a Rolling Stone or it's something there with the father because he's moving in a non-traditional way. And this was during a time when tradition was pretty, I'd say, cause given her age, I'd say her parents got together in the 60s. So tradition was pretty frequent, especially in America. So for the dad to be non-traditional, he had to be on some bullshit. But and I think that definitely is a catalyst to her behavior now and why she can't find a quality man. Oh no. Oh no. Oh Lolo. Oh Lolo. Oh yeah. Let's continue.
5 kids, never married, and I think that was a part of the reason, but also my faith in God. And I just saw all the consequences of that, of her being with my dad for so long, them never actually getting married. And I know that there's Christians out there that get married and they still have divorce. Like, it's not a perfect world. It's not me saying that I'm waiting. It's not going to guarantee that I'm never going to get a divorce or I'm never going to have marital problems. But it definitely significantly increases my chance that my marriage will be successful. And with the divorce rate as it is, I want to try to do that as best as I can. So I just want my virgin. I just want my husband to be on the same page as me. Like, he doesn't have to be a virgin. I've talked to a ton of guys in the past that are not virgins. I've actually talked to guys who have kids, but they were faith-based and they understood the consequences of basically what a lot of churches are not really talking about nowadays. So that's honestly.
Hey, what the fuck do you know, Lolo, about what the church is talking about?
Trying to think. Ooh,
Tired of her
I
ass.
have a ton of questions.
Tired of you, Lolo.
A lot of
You don't know
weird
shit.
stuff. So asking about candy corn and yeah. This is more just what's my biggest pet peeve that I have. I don't know if you're talking about for me or like the person I'm dating, but for me the biggest, I'll say the biggest flaw I have is I'm very quick to get angry. I don't know if it's
And there it is. Let's stop right there. You're quick to get angry, huh? You're quick to get angry. That's not a good thing. You're combative. What man wants to come home to a combative ass woman? And you're not the best looking woman either. So no niggas dealing with that. I'm sorry. You're wild. You're wildin'. You're wildin'. Lolo, get real. You gotta get real with yourself. I know it's an ego thing, and some girls, they're not gonna submit. And he's having a breakdown. She's jabbing herself up in the stomach. And then you trying to ask God to be a matchmaker. But that ship has sailed. That ship sails like in between. If you don't have a serious dude by like your late 20s, early 30s, because it's kind of pushed back now. And even then, it's kind of risky. But if you don't have a serious dude by then, you can hang it up. And I know these old ass celebrity chicks will tell you otherwise with their son husbands and shit, but fucking the Mariah Careys of the world. You know what I'm saying? Megan Fox, he's cutting it close. And Kim Kardashians of the world. You know what I mean? So that's what they'll eat shit. Mary J. Blige too. Shout out to Mary J. Blige, by the way. She's a legend. But celebrity chicks, they can kind of pull that shit off. They kind of got cheat codes a little bit, but you regular chicks, you regular 304s, hell nah. Y'all just look goofy as hell out here. Goofy as hell. But yeah. Let's see.
I don't know if it's because I've never had a real job in my life. So I'm an athlete and my job is based on emotion and performing, and sometimes it's better for me to be angry and I perform better. But I'm very quick to get angry, and I wish I did not have that flaw. So just reading some of the comments that are coming through. Would I date someone shorter? I have. A lot of people assume I only date athletes. That's not true. I actually went through a phase where I did not want to date an athlete.
You didn't have an option.
Like, an athlete was too much.
She acts like she has options in this motherfucker.
But yeah. But since
does this look like a woman who has options?
And I have gotten a ton of DMs. Some of them rude. And then a lot of people just asking for like date requests, which is not gonna happen because I don't even care if like who's a really good looking celeb.
This is hilarious.
Good looking guy celeb.
He's always, oh my gosh, she's always name dropping. Fucking
I
goofy.
want to go on a date with him because I'm 6 months out from.
It's so many content creators making videos out of her.
Stressed.
Hold on, my camera's about to die. I gotta stand by real quick. We'll be right back. about that, you guys. That was quick though, right? I came back pretty fast, right? All right.
Was at the Olympics in London, and he was with all the Team USA basketball players. And
Let's go back.
I've actually talked to guys who have kids, but they were faith-based and they understood the consequences of basically what a lot of churches are not really talking about nowadays. So that's honestly my premise behind it, if that makes sense. So trying to think, what other questions you guys have? A ton of questions. A lot of these guys,
Of course they do, Lolo.
are like weird.
Pretty sure you prompted them
Asking about candy corn.
to ask questions.
Yeah.
Contradicting.
What's my biggest pet peeve that I have? I don't know if you're talking about for me or like the person I'm dating, but for me, the biggest, I'll say the biggest flaw I have is I'm very quick to get angry. I don't know if it's because I've never had a desk.
So I'm pretty sure that's where we.
Because I've never had a.
I'm pretty sure that's where we left off. She's quick to get angry before the. I had technical difficulties because the camera's about to die. This shit was about to get real janky, and I didn't want that to happen. The production quality was about to plummet if that camera battery would have died, and I couldn't have that. But we're good now. So she's quick to get angry, and men, we work too hard for that shit. And that's why she's in the dilemma she's in currently. Okay, I got more content for y'all. I'm just browsing through it. All right. Where is she? I don't like to piggyback other content creators' work unless I have to and can't find the content anywhere else. Well, usually I'll just rip it and chop it up. I only want the video in the main subject's commentary. But let's go. That's some bullshit right here. I'm already knowing.
And Terry goes, well, what don't you like about the dude? And I'm like, his face. Is that not enough?
He's
His
toxic
face.
as hell.
He's like, well, he's back to the money thing. His face, Terry. I gotta look at that every.
It's just like, how do you think you can make videos like this and think men are gonna want to take you seriously as anything? Fuck, like I said, men work too hard. Men gotta take on the world, and you need Jesus. You need Jesus for real. You need Jesus. I really think you got life backwards. You definitely live life backwards for sure. And now you pretty much have this to show for it. You acting a fool on social media. Cause no man, like I said, no man's dealing with this shit. There may be some weird simp out there when you get into that age of desperation. Cause it doesn't look like she's gotten desperate yet. She's still saying she'll hold out
With you
so.
About what is attractive. Like, I think he's a good looking dude. You're a dude. I'm a female. You're a dude, and you're saying he's good looking. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with you.
She's so immature. She's very immature. You don't even recognize a man who's comfortable with his masculinity and sexuality and can be honest about whether another guy's better looking. That's probably where the conversation was going. Like, he's a better looking guy than me. And she's like, you're a dude. And it's just like, okay, and? But she doesn't understand masculinity. She's just immature. You can tell she hasn't really had a lot of human interaction, and she picks up a lot of her culture from a lot of normie ass shit. Like, I could tell her circle is very one dimensional. Very one dimensional. Cause you're over here talking about, are you hinting that that dude is a gender, or if he's like on some alternative lifestyle shit because he's recognizing another man's better looking than him? Nah, that's weird. That's weird on your part, and that's why you're single. It is. If you want to, like, do you want a mature man or do you want a child? Like, cause you're fucking 40. God damn it. That shit is ridiculous.
What does it take to be a champion?
I think to be a champion, you have to just not be willing to give up when you face defeat. There's been so many times in my career I've had a really bad race or a really bad outcome right before I had a breakthrough. The first time I didn't make,
she hasn't smiled yet.
And then 4 years later, just by fighting and not giving up, I was the fastest in the world. Same thing when I broke the American record and won back-to-back goals in World Indoor Championships.
There we go. Pat yourself on the back.
Willing to fight for it when you have something that tries to discourage you.
From a professional standpoint, in terms of athletics, what's next for you?
Well, right now I'm just focused on this year. I'm currently number 3 in the Diamond League Series, and then we have World Championships next year, and then the Olympics. So, take it day by day, race by race, and having fun.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Here we go with some more shit. So what you're saying, folks, is in vitro fertilization. You're basically gonna freeze her eggs and then combine it with another man's sperm, and then it's going to come up in a glass and like a little dish or some shit.
To receive bad news or the smile to receive.
Do you think God has anything to do with this shit? I think not.
Wow, what?
And this is a contradiction. This is so much contradiction. This is wild. God gave you your shot and you blew it.
Good. I cannot believe it. Such a
Look at her. God is so good. These wild. These are the. Oh my.
Lady.
Okay, well, sorry, buddy. You got some FaceTime though. Bruh. Let's see. So yeah, Lolo Jones is just a walking contradiction at 40 some years old. At least she has a track career. I mean, her legacy will live on in track. How good of a track? I never really watched her, but I don't know how good of a track star she was, but obviously she has found other priorities now. Jeez. Now let's go. Let's see what she's talking about here.
My first sock drawer.
We all have those moments where we need a little encouragement to get through our day. Someone to remind us that we are not alone. Find peace.
Dolly Parton.
Joy.
Shout out to Dolly Parton.
Seek God daily.
Dolly Parton's a real one. Real Christian. All right, we gonna skip this.
Speaks to the incredible fortitude she's honed as an endurance athlete, but also as a child who grew up in a
See,
home
she's never smiling.
incarcerated. Even as a young kid, Lola was determined to succeed, and today she tells us how faith fueled her triumphs, and about the devastating moment she thought God was using her to show his glory, only to watch her quest for a gold medal.
Oh, God.
Realize.
I'm Lolo Jones, summer and winter Olympic athlete, 3-time world champion. I grew up in Des Moines, Iowa.
He will be from the Midwest.
I have 3 brothers and a sister, and it was a rough childhood. My dad was in an
See?
accident growing
There
up.
it is.
And
There it is, y'all. Man, we got her. We got her. She had a rough childhood. Her dad was in prison.
At
Oh,
one point,
you don't even know how to choose a man.
lost her house, so we were homeless. One day, she gave us each a
And she was homeless.
in the
This
car.
shit is damn.
Started driving, and she said she
God damn.
where she was going. She didn't know where she was heading, and she ended up driving to the Salvation Army. And so we actually
God damn. She didn't mention prison, being homeless, the Salvation Army. That's the trifecta right there. That is the struggle trifecta.
Dad, even though he was in and out of prison, he was a believer, and I think having him as an example in my life is
Fuck, hey, even though he was in and out of prison, he was a believer. What does that mean? So even though he did fucked up shit, oh God. So he didn't learn the first time? That's convenient. These are what I call convenient Christians. And we get a hallelujah for the convenient Christians in the back. I thank you, Jesus. And the angels shall rise again on this glorious.
So we can believe in Christ and love Christ. We can still struggle with sin. And so he struggled, he struggled with alcoholism. He struggled with, just different aspects. But at the same time, with all the demons and fears that he was facing, he still raised me to be a believer and took me to church every weekend. And so I just really see God's grace in that whole situation.
He's a train wreck.
Cost me an Olympic gold, and how can you ever recover from that? And I look at my dad and see all the mistakes he's made, and still
He sees herself and her dad.
yet good came from it. And I can really see,
Or maybe her dad and her.
all things work together for his good and glory. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that my hardships molded me for the life that
Struggle, triumph.
to go through later. I mean, there were times where I was embarrassed because,
That struggle, triumph.
and I knew my mom didn't have enough money to buy me a dress, so I just wouldn't go to the school dance.
Bruh.
And then some other parents found
What
out,
man?
Get me a secondhand dress. And
What kind of man are you looking for, Lolo? Cause what is your standard? Cause it sounds like you don't come from shit.
or my first pair of running shoes were donated from somebody.
But I get it.
Car,
People want more.
A pair of running shoes in the trunk of their car. So my first pair of running shoes were, hand-me-downs. And so I think that that's always what's kept me just going. And even when you're a runner, sometimes, your hardest workouts, and it's breaking you down. You're like, how am I gonna get through this? I mean, your body is failing on you. You feel all the pain accumulating in your legs. Your lungs are burning, but somehow you manage to get through. You manage to finish by just enough. And once you cross that finish line, you are so strong and you just come alive. And I think that that's...
No one wants to sit up and listen to this shit. And I'm pretty sure this is how she is. For some reason, this is how she really is.
Is to really rely on him and his provision.
I'm like, shut up, girl.
I started the Hurdles of Hope Foundation to help single moms and families that have incarcerated parents, because that's the environment I grew up in.
She's just real neurotic, super high
All
strung.
the shoes that were donated to me,
Okay.
right.
All right. Shout out to the kids in need.
Job as a
Your
mom
contributions.
prepared me for my job later. Like, my job as a bobsled athlete was to run in some of the coldest conditions possible. And who knew?
He really just...
Me as a kid, the car breaking down.
You don't need a man. You are the man.
Me how to run so I could
Congrats, like...
And that would all translate to, me being a winter Olympic
She's the man.
Just having to adapt to different environments. All these little kind of nuggets that were my childhood that most people consider a rough childhood where
And then here come the
very like little seeds that
the alphabet
throughout my career later on.
inness.
So I think that encourages
Nobody's man enough for you. No, it's just men don't want mannish women.
tribulations and, you know, is being able to look on those things.
Well, traditional men anyway. I don't know about the other ones.
Why we could never afford a working car, or, you know, why all the other kids had their, you know, their parents on school day, and, you know, my mom was working 2 jobs so she could.
God damn.
Me. So it never made sense.
It just gets worse and worse.
But years later, a lot of the things came together that I know were my childhood strengthened me for a time to stand on the world stage and compete.
They keep showing her like
I needed something stable
in the roughest, the roughest of scenarios.
Track, you know, any kind of extracurricular sports, I was there. I was always staying after school.
We get it.
You know, wanting to just build.
You're saying the same shit over and over.
Said they needed a hurdler.
This is the most
actually season, and so I knew at that moment that I was.
This is when people.
If I kept running.
I could tell when she goes like out on dates. No man can stand her, and she has like a 1 to 2 day average where men like, all right, I can do the second one because they're trying to probably do some physical smash or whatever, and it's like I can't even make it to the third. This ain't cutting it. And I'm pretty sure she's just on the date just talking about herself the whole time, and I know a lot of women like that where you talk to them on the app or whatever and they just want you to ask them questions, and those are just women who are she's just seeking attention. Because even when they ask her about, or when she was being interviewed about the type of man that she wants, she didn't incorporate the man's disposition at all. In an adult woman who's supposed to be emotionally intelligent, and a lot of women aren't emotionally intelligent. I'm just gonna say that right now. Especially when it comes to dating, because they don't ever try to see it from a man's perspective, and that's what to the vast majority of folks in the dating realm, I bet you they would all agree that an emotionally intelligent person is someone who can see it from the opposite side, not someone who can pretty much bitch and complain and explain their emotions. It's someone who can pretty much see it from the other side and come to a mutual understanding with someone. It's someone an emotionally intelligent person is someone who is willing and able to understand the opposite gender, and that's period. It's not someone who's speaking all these innuendos and all these intangible with all these intangible phrases that no one can grasp. It's actually simplifying the problem or the feeling or the emotion, and being able to process it in a way that's healthy and productive and benefits the group. That's it. Anything else you guys are talking about as far as emotional intelligence is just counterproductive and throws men in loops. And that's most likely why you guys are on TikTok or whatever social media platform bitching and complaining about how men aren't socially intelligent or emotionally intelligent, because men are logical and they understand emotion, but a lot of the emotion you guys are trying to exhaust is counterproductive, and a lot of it is unrelative to a lot of the situations, because one, you're attention seeking, and two, you're toxic. A lot of this stuff is fabricated. Jealous fabrications. A lot of this shit comes with the modern change of society anyway, and dating's fucking new as hell. So a lot of these problems and issues that women create in relationships, because it's mostly women that are the ones that are complaining about the social dynamic, which is what they've been complaining about since the ages, since the dawn of dating. I'd say, I won't say the ages because that's pretty vague, but since the dawn of dating, I say women were complaining. And shit, even in the 90s they was complaining, but now they're complaining that we go back to the 90s. But I remember in the 90s they was complaining. Fuck that. Women always complain. Yeah, here we go. This is what she's on right now. In vitro fertilization is a process of fertilization where an egg is combined with sperm in vitro or glass, like Latin or some shit. The process involves monitoring and simulating a woman's ovulatory process, removing an ovum or ova, egg or eggs, from her ovaries and letting sperm fertilize them in a culture medium in a laboratory. After the fertilized egg zygote undergoes embryo culture for 2 to 6 days, it is transferred by catheter into the uterus with the intention of establishing a successful pregnancy. But that's what fucking Lolo Jones is doing, and now she's trying to bring God into this shit, and God's over here looking like nigga, I ain't got shit to do with that. You feel me? I ain't got shit to... Hell no, no. He's wildin'. Shout out to Bill Cosby, by the way. Yo, pudding pop. My boy Bill Cosby. They try to get my nigga Bill. Put him in the slammer for a year or so. But we'll do a segment on Bill later.
Californians have a choice.
Goddamn ads.
Prop 27.
I'm gonna mute this shit. So, Lolo Jones regrets publicizing her virginity. So she's gonna do like this interview with Kevin Hart real quick and talk about how she regrets going public with her virginity, or so she claims. I don't think she's an oral virgin or an anal virgin, but I'm not gonna disrespect like that, but I just don't. I think she's on some other shit. Not with her profile, I don't think. Not with what the shit she's told me. That's all cap, she's lying. Oh shit, I got this shit muted, but let me get back to it.
Is that your name? That is?
You really think my parents would name me legally that?
What's your legal name?
It's Lori.
I know a girl whose name.
We don't know what the fuck your parents would do.
It's a real name, and I don't know where
the
it
fuck.
From, but it has.
You see how smart she is?
Lolo.
You know, I wanted some street cred. I'm mixed. I was like, okay, mom.
Kevin Hart's like, bitch, I don't know.
Lolo's gonna give it to you. Yes.
Answer the goddamn question.
Where you from?
Des Moines, Iowa.
Why did you go? What happened?
Man, you break down everything.
I'm a listener.
Let's get this going down further.
All right, okay. In the tub.
Lolo, no. Oh my god.
Believes in heat fast.
Yes,
he's kind.
Let me get lower.
Oh, my coach.
You're with an Olympic athlete. I feel like you should have wore a Speedo to channel those,
The minute that I go Speedo.
She has a huge ego. And she always has something to prove. And
next point. Is it true?
It's just no dude who wants to deal with this. And
freaky down there.
You could go there and
the dude that
can go there and be
will put up with this will be her fan. Will be a fan. And she doesn't want a fan. I can tell she wants a dude that's her equal or better than her.
things we don't see.
And a dude her equal don't give a fuck about no female track star. I'm telling you, Lolo, a dude you're equal or better does not give a fuck about you going to the Olympics or none of that shit. I promise you. No offense, big ups to you for making it to that level as an athlete, but and the dude who's like, I do, then that's most likely a beta male. But no dude who's on his shit or of value gives a flying. And Kevin Hart for sure don't give a fuck that you went to the Olympics. This dude is selling arenas out just talking. You get what I'm saying? Like, Kevin Hart don't give a fuck. You're over here being smart as fuck with him. Cause I can tell he's like, God damn, can we get through the goddamn interview without you being a smart ass? But you know how Kevin Hart is. He's extremely PC. He's really good at what he does. Especially when it comes to interviews and keeping this cool.
Oh,
Welcome to the Winter Olympics.
okay, here we go. Before we go and we get into the achievements, I've seen you be vocal about the virgin side of your life.
Yes.
About your,
That was a mistake.
Goofy.
That killed all my dates after
This
that.
is a long mistake.
Straight goofy.
Before I at least had a chance. Before I like tiptoe, okay, when's a good time to tell him? Do I wait till he sees my personality a little bit, or do I just drop the bomb?
Where did the choice come from to say, I'm waiting until I'm married? Is this from mom?
Bruh.
Not from my mom. I mean, my mom never was married. So
That's what I wanted to know. Who the fuck told you to do that goofy shit and tell you to go public with that? And some shit people don't need to know. And who told you men would... Like, for some reason, women in their 40s think they could just pull this card, or even women in their 30s, or they could just do some weird shit and just poof, men will gravitate. Oh, I'm a virgin, or oh, I got a boob job. It's like you guys are either trying to lie your way to a man or body augment your way to a man when you're running out of time. It's like you're running on credit here, and you either use Christ or, like I said, body augmentation, and it's sad. This shit is this is weird.
kids, you trust.
Okay.
She's having fun.
Yeah, she's having a good time.
He's having fun.
She's having a good time with results. All right. Well, another prize. It's rare to see that in this day and age. I mean, I respect it. I think it's dope. Has that helped you with your focus within your career?
I have a higher level of intensity because I don't have any pressure release. Yeah. So everybody knows me as a stressed out.
Lolo, you ready? Got the right now. Ready to fucking run. All right, whoa, hey. Lolo,
Chill
we're on
out.
the bus. We're on the bus.
I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go.
And this is, y'all, this is a woman in her 40s, yo. This is recent. This wasn't that long ago. So, or getting into her 40s, and she's delayed. She's behind. I see, and this is Kevin Hart's persona. He's trying to keep up with her, but I know this is Kevin's act. He's a comedian, but with her, I could tell that's not her persona. That's really her. You're really seeing her, the Mannix and the. I'm not trying to go on my Doctor Strange, but he's for so showing some signs of acute bipolarism. Let me shut up.
Take your basket out and pass it to Mixed Hand. Mixed Hand, grab that basket, please. We know that you come from a mixed household, so I told Mixed Hand this would be a good episode to be a part of. I try to do things to make my guests feel good. God damn. We're gonna pay some bills. Mixed Hand. Let's take a break from this. This episode of Cold as Balls has been brought to you by Old Spice. That's right, Sweat Defense Antiperspirant, where you can basically get your defense going for up to 48 hours. I tell you what, we're gonna need it today. Thank you, Mixed Hand.
Hi, I'm Kevin Hart.
You doing
Unless
that?
you hate laughter, click and subscribe. And if you do hate laughter, then you're a monster.
Well, let's see what else we can find. Yeah, you guys are pretty much seeing Prime Lolo in her episodes. Oh, Fox, we definitely doing this one.
We used to tell everyone we just switched to Verizon.
we gotta click on this one.
$30.
Fox be on that bullshit for real.
$30? That's awesome.
Hey, shout out to Fox.
For $30 a line, I'm switching now.
The network you want.
Shout out to Fox.
Only from Verizon.
Welcome to this edition of Fox Focus, presented by Blue
Diamond. Hey, Blue Diamond.
Dreams. Sometimes that's all an Olympian has. They give everything, time, money, energy, to master
Shorty
their
got
for that
so
shot
many
goal.
documentaries.
But most fall short. And when you give it your all and you don't achieve your ultimate goal,
It's all on her failing or what?
what's one supposed to do next? Lolo Jones faced that conundrum after failing to medal in the 2012 London Summer Games. 4 long years after also failing to medal in Beijing back in 2008. A lifetime of training, 8 years of Olympic competition, yet no medals to show. What now?
Bruh.
The Summer Games, and I was sitting on my couch and I was like, man, like, you know, not that I'm frustrated with my performance because I got 4th at the Olympics and I fought
Damn, she didn't even medal.
tears to get to the Olympics. I wasn't even supposed to make this team, but you know,
You didn't even medal, girl.
I wish I don't want to kind of give up. I felt like I was so burned out on track.
Damn.
I had tried everything. I trained so hard and I'd fallen short just the
She definitely, I mean, that's part of being an athlete failure, so that's normal. That's definitely normal. You let me down, Fox. Thought y'all was coming with some bullshit.
Wow,
Nah. Here we go.
Someone who's been linked to the Kardashian family in the past is Los Angeles Clippers player Blake Griffin. Griffin, who is rumored to be
He and
dating
Tamara.
Jenner, might have to play defense when it comes to his dating story. After ESPN put out
Where you been, Tia? Or is that Tamara?
was being traded to Detroit, one user decided to comment, quote, "I think Lolo Jones has a thing for Blake Griffin." Well, the Olympian was quick to respond, saying, quote, "Nah, I went on a date with him, worst date of my life, and he's a terrible kisser."
Bruh.
Oh, wow.
And this is this kind of shit I'm talking about.
Matters worse.
Lolo, grow the fuck up. And she's gonna be like, my account was hacked. She's the type, or Jesus made me, God made me do it, because Jesus for sure didn't make you do that. God ain't make you do that, but you be on some bullshit, Lolo, and that's the honest truth. There was no reason for you to even put Blake out there like that. You lob Blake up like that for the alley-oop
Griffin, TMZ caught up with the funny
and
man
dunked his ass.
Wayans, who had some advice for the NBA star. Check it out.
Damn, I'm so happy I didn't kiss Lolo. Lolo, you be telling Bendis like, Daddy,
Facts.
girl, damn, you be rating the kiss. Really?
You just mad because Blake didn't want to go out with her again.
Game on. She would have traded you to Detroit, basically.
Bruh.
Story, don't kiss Lolo Jones.
Yeah.
Stupid. Oh my God. So,
Yes,
what do you
for real.
think? Lolo literally kissing and telling.
She's been known to be like a sore loser.
She seemed triggered as hell.
About her, I'm just gonna keep it real.
Yeah.
She's been known that if things don't go her way, whether it's in her she did like different sports. She started out doing one thing and ended up doing bobsledding. Or whatever.
She was in track.
It didn't go out
Come on.
for her, but she pretty much would like throw tantrums, that sort of thing. And I just think this is a tell of her character.
See,
like you kiss somebody, I like it. Why do you
I forget her name. I know she's on the Disney Channel, but she's on point right now. She's kind of having a clear mind. She's not pushing the agenda. She's keeping it 100. It's clear to see that Lolo Jones is on some bullshit. Now, to you guys out there that are toxic as fuck, and they're like, well, it's just words. It's just like, yeah, but that shit was pointless. That shit was pointless as hell. You don't know what Blake Griffin's going through. What the fuck? And he had absolutely nothing to do with that. You just made his name relevant. Now he's on this weak ass show being mentioned. And Lolo Jones, you're just mad because you're single still and having to jab your stomach up. That's the honest truth. It's a bunch of like I said, it's a bunch of content creators making videos out of her, because when you put all these like, I only showed you 3 videos of her, you can clearly see that she has something going on with her. It's some cognitive dissonance. And in the first video where she's jabbing her stomach up and in distress, that's not normal for a woman her age to be putting on display for the world to see. It's just not normal. And no one's really saying anything. That's the crazy part. Like, nobody's labeling these women 5150 or crazy, or taking away any privileges, because these women are literally showing mental unfitness. And these women some of these women work serious jobs with the government. They're therapists, and they're mentally unfit for these jobs. I mean, some will argue there's people in law enforcement, but at least they go through actual psych evaluations. Whereas a lot of these women who are in pretty important jobs themselves that also service the public and community, some of these people have credentials and licenses, and they're literally on TikTok. I say they're canceling themselves, honestly. Some of these motherfuckers are crying, boo-hooing on TikTok. It is crazy.
Girlfriends, but to diss somebody on Instagram like that is just so whack.
Well, the problem is that people get caught up with somebody comments, because somebody commented to her and then she responded. That's what I said. Be careful when people commenting you and then you like, well, he wasn't good anyway.
She could have left it at 9.
Yeah, like that reaction makes sense.
Why even respond?
For a 16-year-old, right? Maybe even a 12-year-old. You could see a kid being like, well, I don't like you anyway. The fact that this 35-year-old, beautiful, confident, she's so pretty.
She's
you
beautiful.
mad about that date?
Maylene. That's my girl, Maylene.
For her to actually comment like that, I was like, something happened to you. Something.
See?
It just seemed like a low blow. But something happened.
All the cute girls are on point.
Google her and you'll see what we're talking about. She's known for these.
Oh, coach, put me in.
No, with your big ass. Sit your big ass down. What's her big ass name? Looking like Snorlax. The fuck you? What do you? But what? There's no but. Jeez. And you know, you ain't played a goddamn sport in your life, making a sports reference, talking about coach put me in. You ain't conditioned for this game. What's her goddamn name? It's on the tip of my tongue. Lonnie Love. Yeah. Bruh. She is the worst example. She's a terrible example of a woman. She's struggling. She's struggling with men. She'll never coexist with the man she wants. She'll always be playing devil's advocate to men of prominence and men of value. But let me hit play so you guys can see it for yourselves.
What? I have to give it up to, I'm more impressed with Blake because all these people are talking about him and he hasn't said a word back. So I have to give that up to him.
It says so much more about him than it does about her.
Yeah.
I just think, like, we've all had exes up here. We're never going to call them out by name and be like, oh, you're whack, you were a whack kisser. Like, that's just so, like, that actually makes you look whack.
Right.
Facts.
That it doesn't say as much about the other person. It says a lot more about you and your character than you do that.
Yeah. And it kind of rained down on him. He already got traded from the Clippers
See?
to, Detroit. What's up, Detroit?
See, she's like always having to make it negative, and I knew she was gonna bash him in the end, and that I knew it was gonna come to that. And women like this, you got to stay on point, because she's definitely a fat piece of shit. No, I'm just her big ass, but she's definitely trying to drag this man in a passive aggressive way. And what has Blake Griffin done to you, Lonnie Love, for real? Other than probably not want to date you, not acknowledge you, and probably resemble other men who have rejected you in the past, other men who have ignored you in the past. No athlete is touching you. That's for goddamn sure. You about 4 or 5 Happy Meals away from Lizzo.
Okay. So we asked you guys what you think about kissing and telling after a date. At Latoria's Secret said, that's a cute name, you have to tell your girls how the date went. You may not tell others, but you have to tell your girls so they know what's up. I agree with that. Tell your girls, but not on Instagram.
Not the world. In a squad, like the squad.
Thank you for holding it down.
Right? I think
The cute ones holding it
a
down.
bit of a petty move to actually respond to something that happened 3 to 4 years ago negatively. Like, why does the world need to know that Blake Griffin is a terrible
But
kisser?
what's a bad
How do we
kiss?
even know he's a bad kisser?
What's a bad kiss? Like if they
When
lick
they're
all over
It doesn't fucking matter.
But okay,
Just redirecting.
like Tam, we can get any of your ex-boyfriends on the show, and if he's bitter, you might say you're not
What is she doing?
This happens so hard on a daily. My friends are just continuing to talk like not even.
That's a bad kiss right there. When you know you just like.
Yeah, if you're
See?
not tight like that, this is not a good kiss.
This is a good kiss.
tight
This is a good
lips.
kiss.
Okay,
Now
but
that's-
seriously,
Is this a daytime show?
okay, but anybody that wants to be bitter and be mad at you is gonna say you're whack. I'm sorry. And
Lonnie Love definitely represents the agenda. I'm not gonna go into detail about that because that's a whole nother video and we'll be here for hours. That's a whole nother segment. But Lonnie Love is just one of those people who are pushing an agenda. Simple as that. I'm not gonna name them. I'm not gonna name the institutions or organizations. But she definitely is taking a stand, and there's definitely some kind of political agenda behind every talking point that she makes.
guy could date any of you ladies out
Political
there,
and social agenda.
be like, yeah, she was whack. Yeah, I was gonna say something crazy.
But like I said,
yeah.
he didn't say anything. So big ups to Blake for not saying nothing back. Like, let it go, dude.
He's probably happy.
Duh, it's fucking Blake Griffin. He's Team Jumpman. Like you hoes are beneath him. That's Blake Griffin used to jump out the gym, man. You're wildin'. Shout out to my dude Bill Cosby once again. Laura Pudding Pops. Pudding Theo. My dog. You ain't heard shit from Bill Cosby, bro. They tried to hang my dog. Why they try to hang my dog, Bill, man? Zippity bop, bippity boo. Hello, Theo. My nigga. Pudding. All right, moving on. What are we talking about? Oh, we got sidetracked as fuck. This has been a fun show. This has definitely been a fun show. We've been all over the place.
On the pace I was, I could get a scholarship and I could be one of the first ones in my family to go to college, graduate, and break the cycle of poverty. I decided
Break
to go to
the cycle of poverty.
was a powerhouse in track and field.
That's one thing I wonder. Are they still poor? Because I know track stars really don't make that much.
With LSU were
So
obviously
did she break it or what?
but I was just thrilled to have a scholarship.
What is her net worth? Let's see.
To keep that scholarship.
I mean, these shits are never accurate.
You're an athlete, and I knew that if my scholarship was reduced in any way, I had no way to afford to go to
$2
college.
million.
So I just worked so diligently every day so that I would be able to keep my scholarship and represent LSU in the best way.
Such a do-gooder.
That focusing on that actually helped easily transition me into, oh my gosh, I could maybe possibly be an Olympic athlete.
Well, shout out to Lolo once again.
Right back to hear about to extend.
Lolo ran track at LSU. She's the real deal.
My world was completely
My world.
and I was competing now against the pros. And I didn't even make the final. I wasn't even the top 8 in the US. I mean, you talk about you go from the top in college and then just being squashed like a bug. That's essentially what happened. So
Got
I
any
remember my
buggers?
first
No,
year,
straight.
I was getting 5th through 7th in all of the professional races. Then my second year pro, I was getting 3rd through 5th. And then I started getting top 3. And then the year of the 2008 Olympic trials, I went into the Olympic trials, and not only did I win and made my first Olympic team,
Oh God, I'm not trying to hear the whole story, your whole track story, but shout out to Lolo. Shout out to Lolo. We're gonna end this segment pretty soon.
I really want a family. I've waited for my husband for so many years, and I'm just getting mad, and I'm about to turn 40.
I'm about to turn 40.
I know it's all you've got to just be strong.
Lolo.
And it's a fight just to keep it
together.
I know you think that you.
She got the whole health staff involved in this bullshit.
So we're gonna proceed
Hope is never
with
lost.
the process of
Hope is never
building
lost.
these things.
Hold on.
It's a double injection. Who chopped this up?
Hold on. Don't let go.
All right, man. Bruh, I'm going to hell. I'm for sure going to hell. But what do you guys think, man? Am I evil? Am I an evil dude, or is Lolo truly wildin'? She truly wildin'? Because I really think that this is a cry for help, and someone close to her should really take her phone away. But let me know what you guys think in the comment box. Please subscribe, hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button. Once again, hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 1,000 followers. If I get to 1,000 followers, I can monetize my channel, as you guys know. So let's make that happen. If you did watch this video, don't ninja watch. This is a fun time though. I really had a good time. And make sure you tune into my other segments. I'm going to be doing a gaming channel as well, mostly for Call of Duty Mobile, because that's like the only game I'll play. I don't have time to play all these damn games. But yeah, anything regarding relationships or anything viral that happens that makes the news on a national scale, I'll most likely be covering it if I think it's something to learn from the situation or something I could make a parody out of. But this channel and video is in no way meant to bully, harm, or torment. We do not promote violence on this channel, and it's simply a platform for educational purposes only. Oh yeah, once again, on all those Lolo Jones videos, take this.
Try high def. Try high def.